How's it going, everyone? My name is Quinn, and I'm here for the JagCast this week, and I'm here with Sophia, who's from Brazil. Just ask her a couple of questions about Brazil and how America is different, and yeah, that's basically it.
Okay.
So, how's Brazil different from America?
A ton of different things. Like, it's very different. Culture stuff. Not only the language, like, obviously the language,
yeah.
I speak Portuguese, but the culture stuff, the people, like, the appearance, everything's very different from here.
Yeah. So, how did you learn to speak English so well?
I don't know if I can describe my English well, but in Brazil, have English and Spanish. It's mandatory, and we don't choose our class, so we do English and Spanish all our life in school. And I had private lessons outside school, so my English was not that bad when I came here. Like, people could understand me.
Yeah, I took Spanish, and it is not pretty.
Yeah.
That's cool. You can speak it so well.
Portuguese is close to Spanish than English close, so it's easier for us.
Yeah, that's cool. What's the food like? I've heard the food is very...
I love Brazilian food,
Yeah.
and now that I'm here, I understand how good our food is. American food is very different. Like, the products, the quality and stuff, because your regulation is different from the rest of the world. So when I eat a chocolate like Hershey's we have in Brazil, even the taste different.
Yeah,
Ketchup, everything tastes different here.
I've heard that like sodas are like different across
I don't drink soda, but I suppose
uh-huh.
it like everything, it tastes different. We eat more like real food, like we don't eat fast food a lot. We like rarely eat fast food, so like we like rice, we like meat, we like real stuff, we like to cook a lot. And we're not in a rush like here you are always in a rush, so we have more time to cook and enjoy the meal.
Yeah, I respect that. That's you say like real food, but it's true. Like, you guys have just better quality stuff. Have you had the school lunches here?
I don't school lunch. I take my lunch home, but once like I ate a pizza, I was like, yeah.
Yeah. So what would you like bring in a school lunch? Like, is it Portuguese food? Like,
no, Brazilian food. Because we don't have Brazilian food here, unfortunately. Like, once I made it at my host family, because I have been here for like 2 weeks, so I have to adapt myself. But lunch in Brazil is the biggest meal, like your dinner. Everyone comes home, it's a family meal and this kind of stuff. I have 1 hour and 30 minutes for lunch break in Brazil, so like it's a really big, because people go to their house, eat, and they come back to school. Some people eat in school, but that's more rare.
Wow, that's actually really cool. I wish we did that.
Yeah, we have like meals. So in the first couple of times that I was here, I was like very hungry because I want a lot of food for lunch, and now I'm used to not having a lot of food for lunch. I bring an apple, that's kind of
that's
food.
probably a big change.
Yeah, and like in dinners they control like I'm not hungry, and people eat a lot on dinner here. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, dinner here is like I eat like crazy when it comes to dinner. So how's like the school schedule different, or is like how you, because obviously your lunch is very different. It's like, what time do you start school?
In Brazil, my school comes to 7:40 until 4:50 in the last year. We count our years differently. We count high school as 3 years, the first, the second, the third. Your 10th, I think, your freshman is in our middle school. So we just count 3 years in the high school. And we don't choose our schedule. We stay in the same class. The teachers come to us. If we don't go to the teachers come to us. So we stay the whole day in the same classroom, the same people. You are a team. Like in Brazil, we're a team. We don't choose our classes. So we have everything. We don't have the same classes every day, as we have 13 teachers, because I have 2 maths, 2 stuff. So it's very different, like, to adapt myself to school, because I have to run like to the classes now, and that's crazy.
Oh, are you here for a whole year? Is that?
Yeah, I'm gonna be here until June 20. Yeah, Americans have to hold me out until June 20. Gonna have to handle me.
Got you. I've never like really known a whole lot about like the foreign exchange students. Like, so are you living like with an American family? Like,
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a ton of types of exchange student programs, but most of a family choose you, and then we go to like you can choose that. I preference go to that states, but if a family choose you, you have to go to a state even though you don't want to.
Oh, gotcha.
So you choose the state, and then the school you choose like which one is better and closer to your house. So a family here choose me, and I'm living with American family. It's like it's a role that you can go to a house that's someone that speaks your language. I couldn't go to a Brazilian house even though they live in the United States. I couldn't go. They have to be they have to speak a different language than your own, and they can be related to you. Like if I have a parents like family here, I couldn't go. Even though they choose like do everything, I couldn't go because I'm related.
That makes sense. Yeah. So is that like is that different from your home? Obviously that's very different from your home life, but like in what ways? Like do they do things that like surprise you, or
yeah, things here are very different. Family stuff. I came from a big family. Like we do every birthday is a ton of people. The parties are different, like the birthday party stuff. The family stuff are different because the kids go to the school 1:30 and come back at 6. Here it goes in the morning, and we don't have lunch together as I used to have with my parents. We don't have the same ambiance that I have with my parents, but it's good. They're different, but they're trying their best to fit me on their culture. That's just a lot of things are different. We are more open in Brazil. Like we're more. Americans are cold and conservative. Like we know, I'm from a country that is more open than the United States, so it's like different the things we would talk about.
Yeah.
But it's been good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I have a lot of things that are different, but if you want in the specific, like you also feel something that the cars are different in Brazil.
Oh, the cars are different?
Yeah, like everyone here has a big car because we don't have a lot of kids. I noticed when I went to Disney. When I went to Disney, in Orlando, like every couple like so young and have like 1, 4, 5, like very similar age, and a lot of kids so young, like. Jesus Christ, why so young that much?
Oh,
it's because it's like cheaper to have kids here than in Brazil.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's very cheaper. Like food here is cheaper, clothes here is cheaper. You go to public school. I went to private school my whole life.
Oh, really?
So like it's cheaper here. So people have younger. It's so shocking. People have so many kids in like such a young age.
Yeah. So like, there's still the same like brands of cars.
Yeah, but cars here feed more people, and they're cheaper here.
Okay.
Like here you can buy a used car for 5,000. In Brazil you can buy a car like using a good quality for less than 30,000.
Yeah, that makes
like
sense.
The new car, the Ranger and stuff, like a Ranger, the big trucks, like 130,000 for a new one. So like cars here are cheaper. Everyone have a car. Everything here is so away from. I could go to my school at 5 minutes walking, a supermarket 7 minutes walking, a pharmacy like 3, bakery close. Everything's closer. Here have 10 minutes nothing for you to take a car. You're always in a rush. I can't handle that. I can see like my life being like that. I probably went crazy, like having to drive so much for every place. It's so crazy.
I used to live in Iowa, and we would have a Walgreens like right up the street, and I could just walk. I could buy bike everywhere. But like I moved here, and it's not much different than Iowa. It's still like a rural like. Yeah,
this is very different. Like to go to a Target, I have like 2 big supermarket, like 5 minutes walking. Being nice in like 3 minutes.
That's
walking.
lucky. That's
and
cool.
like, but every like here's like more separated. Everything like it's very away. In Brazil, like more concentrated areas. Like Blue Springs would be so much closer to Kansas City. Like they would be 10 minutes, 15 minutes going to Kansas City, but everything's like very separate.
Yeah, the highways here, like I have to drive like 20 minutes to school. How far away are you?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm living very close.
You
I have
are?
like
Okay.
5 minutes.
Okay.
This
that's lucky.
by driving, like, but I can go back. I would probably went crazy if I couldn't go back to from school to home walking, because it's something that I'm so used to do.
Yeah, and I mean in Iowa, it was like I still drove. It was a pretty far. But the 15-minute drive here is a big deal. I thought I would go to a different school because it was too far away, but Yeah, 15-minute drive is a lot different.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Brazil, if you like go to the gym, have to drive 15 minutes. Would never go to the gym. No, not gonna go to school. Find a
Mm-hmm.
school like less than 10 minutes
Mm-hmm.
because it's so far for
Yeah,
for
I
us.
like that.
We have more time. Like your life, we pass less time in the car than you pass. Like you pass a lot of time in the car driving to go to some places. We don't.
Yeah.
We stay less time in the car, more time walking, more time like living your life instead of being in the car
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah.
a rush.
Yeah, that makes. I wish it was like that for here. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
And you
just.
don't have public transportation here. That's crazy because in Brazil you can take
Yeah.
a bus
Yeah.
like pay 5 like or 3 if you're a student, sometimes 0, nothing, and like to go to everywhere very fast because they have the online and stuff, so it's everything so close, fast to go. The mall is like, I live far from the mall and it's 10 minutes and it's far, so it's crazy being here like and have to
Jeez,
drive so
yeah.
much
I get
to
that. That's probably stressful. Yeah. Is the landscape, like, is the seat, like the sights and everything much different than Missouri? It probably is, but
the site
like the plants, like I saw some of those pictures, just looked like somewhere I'd go on vacation. Like,
Yeah, in Brazil we have a lot of beach stuff, like the very oceanic stuff, and we like judge and make bullying the states that don't have because like
yeah.
so, everything that we have like New Year's go to the beach because have traditionals in go to the beach in the New Year's, and everyone have a house in the beach. And that's so nice. That's where I was born. It's Jalapão. It's a special area they just have there. This water you can like there are more than 30 feet down, but you can go because the water push you up and they're hot, like very different, like they're amazing colors. Like the Maldives water is the same color, and they produce something that's called gold grass that I'm using. That looks like it's a grass that just grows there that look like gold. So like I have one, like we can take a lot because of environment stuff, but it's golden grass called that. And we have a ton of like I have a desert in my state that I was born, and it's very nice to go to vacations. Brazil have a ton of places that are dreaming to go to vacations. It's amazing. So we normally don't go out of country because we have so many diversity in Brazil. Have very cold and it's snow in the south, but you have like amazing beaches. You have the forest, you have deserts, you have everything that you want in one country. So we don't have to get out on vacations a lot.
Yeah,
outside the country.
That sounds a lot different than Missouri. So,
Yeah.
All right, I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you so much
Okay.
for coming down here
You're welcome.
and answering all my
Thank
questions.
you so much for inviting me.
And we'll see you guys later.
Okay, see you later.